Hey everybody, this is Frankie S. Abbruzzino, and I'm coming out with what I would hope to be a weekly message. It's not turning out quite to be that way. Just wanted to touch on some stuff after that first forum yesterday. I do have two more on the same day on the 19th. One is open at the City Council, the other one's at a HOA. Um, yes, I was fine. I thought it was great. To me, I'm having a great time. To me, I'm just out there and I've met a few people that are going to never heard of the scoop and they're going to start coming to the page, which is going to help us as a community with a bigger voice, win or lose. Um, John seemed really nervous. To me, I was really surprised by someone that's out there talking a lot. He did seem very nervous. To me, it was like going out to a radio gig. The only thing I didn't like is he didn't have enough time to talk. I love to talk, as most people know, and just didn't have enough time to get it out. So you're trying to communicate something really fast, and you weren't communicating it as effectively as you wanted to. I did notice some things John said on his qualifications. I basically said qualifications. I don't know. I'll tell you my background. You let me know if I'm qualified by voting for me or not. John's qualifications were, well, look where we've come over the last 6 years. And I look out there and I don't see where we've come. I don't see it as a resident. I see a lot of development over the past 6 years. And that's the only thing that I really see as a difference. So is that what he's attributing his qualifications to? The fact that he's brought in so much more development here? I don't know. Um, he also brought up the post office as one of them, how he's been working to get that into a hotel. And I don't think he's been reading that a lot of people, I think over 80% of the people out there just aren't really interested in that maneuver. He talked about bringing affordable housing with the new apartment complex, which is going to be discussed today. I'm going to go to that meeting at 9. I think it's later in the day though. But here's the issue. He said affordable housing for the people that are working at the new Sarasota Memorial that will be across the street. Here's the problem, folks. Those aren't the average people. Those people at Sarasota Memorial are going to get paid a lot more than the average folk out there that are looking for affordable housing. And this all comes in my article. What's your definition of affordable? You know, coincidentally, I had the story yesterday come out where a lady tried reaching out to me because she's going to be homeless, her husband, and her kids. So what is affordable? And because they put out an apartment for $1,800 where the normal rate is $2,000, is that deemed affordable? So I think before you go into this rezoning, you got to deem what is affordable. And I just think, when I think of affordable housing, I think of the guy that's working minimum wage, working two jobs, trying to take care of his family. We need to find them some affordable housing. I'm not thinking of the guy that's making 60,000 a year. Although I think they need affordable housing, and I like to think of them, I think the bigger issue is that lower end of the scale. Taxes. He came in and basically started getting really technical, and he lost me because I was like, I don't care about this. I'm like average citizen. I get that. You start talking MTUs and all that stuff. Mine was more of a, hey, look, folks, and it's funny when I was going over the taxes, saying, look, I wrote this article. You got essentially 5 new taxes plus a SWACE fee. People were like, wow, we didn't know that. We didn't realize that on the expression of most of the people out there, and which is one of the things I was looking at when they asked, how are you going to help us out here? We're sort of neglected. Well, they're feeling what we're feeling. I live in Pine Brook and I feel neglected because I'm not on the island. And John basically said, well, I thought I was. Well, apparently you're not, if they're saying you're not. Um, I think I refer to it as island centric, and that's something everyone who watches me knows that I've had issues with. That there's just too much focus. There needs to be some focus here. That's where our tourism is. That's where a lot of our dollars are going. But what about the other people? What about me over here in Pine Brook? What about those guys over there in Venetian Gulf, over on the north side of Venice? And then he closed again. That was the oddest thing. Basically, the closing is you come in and say, okay, why you should elect me. He didn't give us a lot of time, 2 minutes, and so I was trying to rush everything in, and I don't think I did it as concisely as I should have, but the timing was an issue. But one thing I was surprised by him is the fact that he went up there and said the post office is one thing, and I'm trying to get that. And then he went through a list of items over the past year that Venice has been recognized for. None of them have anything to do with his actions, which is really surprising. I think somebody noticed that and they pointed it out. My wife said it, and I was sitting there thinking, wait a second, like the happiest city. I would put that on my Venice page and get them all kinds of votes for that. So I could sit there and say I'm responsible for it. but I'm not. It's actually the fans that were out there voting. So I was surprised he didn't really put anything that he's done as that he's achieved. He just put stuff that the city's been recognized for, which is usually a voting process or some other process. So that's it. That's basically summarizes it. If you can make one of my next two meetings, try to make them on October 19th. If anybody's interested in getting more information on me, send them to the uncensoredreport.com. And remember to make it out there November 8th. Today's the last day to register to vote, so make sure you make it out there and register. I got information on my website on how you can go about and do that.